Hey everybody, Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply again. And today I'm going to do update 73 because I went back to the last couple updates and the other video that I did, and it just kind of got jumbled up. I had to cut some out of some of the videos because they were too long and all that. So now I'm going to go back here and try and catch up what I've done on another part of the layout here, and then we're going to move down to the new section. So, let's check it out. Okay, way back in video 70 or 71, 69, one of those, I talked about the fencing over there in the sawmill and how I had gotten all that chain link fence done. And then I don't remember if I came back and showed you that I had these trees in here. I'd added some trees right in here. And I finished up the little house and the trailers here, and I'll just do a little explaining about each one of them. You can see the little house here. I had that built before, but when I put it in here, I had this garage that matched, so I went ahead and put the garage in, and then I put some chain link fence around that because these guys are having a little party and stuff out here in the front yard, and they don't like to be bothered, so they've got a chain link fence there. Then we move over to the little green trailer here, and the little green trailer just has a guy out there cooking in his front yard. I don't know if it comes out in the video, but I put in a mailbox right here. There's a kid talking to him on a bike. That's his grill. He's sitting back in the chair, and there's a lawnmower in the yard. Also added a tree there in the front and a couple of trees in the back of that. You also notice in here that I got all the dirt in along the edge of the road and got it all stained to kind of match everything that's along here. Let's go to the yellow trailer. The yellow trailer, I wound up putting some of the new Woodland Scenes picket fence around. I kind of like it. I don't know, I weathered it up probably a little more than I should have, but it's okay. But the city cop from Kachina lives here. You'll notice this, you can't see this right at the moment, but right there is a no passing sign. Of course, I have the tow truck parked in front of everything. But pretty much that's how that area looks. You've seen I think I showed you the lights in them when I got the trailers mounted. I'm not real sure. Anyway, then the pink one over here, this is also some of the new Woodland Scenics fence. This is the privacy fence. And I thought because they were next to the road and all the people coming down this road, their headlights would be right in their yard. I think they would want a privacy fence as well as this little tree here to keep the light from coming in their windows. Nothing spectacular there. I do have a cat there getting into the garbage can, or maybe a raccoon. I don't remember what Woodland Scenics had. Anyway, right here you can see curves in the road sign. I don't have any speed limit signs out here yet, but I intend on putting some. So you can kind of see that this area has come together here where the trailers are. One other thing that you probably can just barely see in this video, if at all, I wound up putting a barrier, highway barrier all along. Some of it's behind the train cars here, but it goes all along the curve here and ends up right over here. Also, something that you can't see unless I got real close, there's the little reflector stands that are on the end. I put some reflectors there. There's also, if I swing you back here, hate to make you go back and forth all the time. There's also, you can't see them, but right there's a little reflector sign, and then right here there's a little reflector sign in front of that fence. You can see them on the layout here. We're a little too far away with the camera, and that's like I say, this is one of the things I don't like about this camera is I don't seem to have a zoom function on here, or if I do, I'm too stupid to use it. So I will try and figure that out, but that's neither here nor there. Another thing that I am considering doing, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the video, one of the other videos, was this building here, which was going to be a hardware and paint supply place. I'm going to change this building up and put a long, thin building in here and I believe I'm going to change that into a liquor distributor, because I think people that live in a small town like this would need a liquor distributor, and the surrounding area would need a liquor distributor. So we're going to put that in there. So as far as bringing you up to speed on the stuff that's taken place over here on this part of the layout before I got started down at the adventure at the other end, this is what I got going on. So now we'll run down to the other end and see how I'm making out down there. Okay, here's where we're at down at this end. You can see that I got foam riser in. It's pretty level. It's not perfectly level. I didn't have the right sizes, but I didn't want to wait for a month to get some foam risers. So I'm going to make do with that, and I'm going to gap the areas where the track is lifted up. I'm going to probably put super glue under the track to stabilize the track. The track is not there. I do have the track figured out. And let me swing around here and show you something else real quick before I move on to what I was just going to do. If I swing around here, I have not decided what I'm going to do over here yet. Someone suggested taking that box and taking it out of the wall there and turning it sideways. I think I could probably do that relatively easily over there. I just don't know if I have enough to put the cover on the box sideways, height-wise. But if I put a new piece of masonite around here, I could potentially turn that plug sideways and put it in over there. I thought that was a good idea. I'm going to try and implement that, but this is just going to have to wait for a little bit. Now, let's move on and let me show you what I got going on as far as track work for this. Okay, gang, here's what I like about Unitrack. I could put all that together on the loop over there and see how it's going to fit. And once I got it to all fit and all the pieces together, then I can just disconnect the turnout here on the right hand side, this one right here, and then I could just take this whole loop, pick it up, and lay it on the floor here until I'm ready to put it back on there. I have test run a locomotive through there. I don't have all the power leads hooked up yet, but I'll get into running that through real quick. But anyway, that's the loop that belongs on there. Now let me move back over there. Okay, as you can see in this shot, I've obviously had to cut the opening much bigger. You can see that I've also had to place a turnout back in the tunnel. So it's highly likely that this opening will wind up remaining this big. I don't know what kind of scenery work, if any scenery work, I'm going to do back here. I'm hoping for this just to be a return loop to get back to the branch line. So anyway, I'm not soldering anything. I do have a feeder attached to the far end of that far turnout there, which is feeding all this. And like I say, it does work. It comes down here, basically comes into this leg of the loop, splits into the two tracks. The two tracks go around, obviously. I mean, you see it. Now, let me see if I can get up on the stool here, and let me see if I can tilt the camera down. Now, as you can see, one of the problems I have, not a problem, but one of the things I have to do is I had to have these two bridges in here, and I did that so that it would make it look more open, and if I needed to, I could set something long down on the table here. So I don't think I'm going to ruin that effect. What I'm going to do is hand make some kind of bridge for the, there's a turnout that actually is going to be on that bridge. Because the two loop tracks come back over here, and then they come together and they come to a turnout that goes up here and connects to that first turnout that I showed you on the loop there. So quite a few turnouts here, but anyways, this loop will be automated. The turnout going back out onto the branch line will be automated so that the train can come in from either side, exit the loop, throw the switch, and the next time it would come in the opposite way, just like I had the loop on the layout before. Now, if you also see here, I took the glass off on the outside in the garage here, and I have got to take some of that, scrape some of that plaster off of that Homosote because my track kind of impedes on the very edge of that plaster. So some of that's going to have to come off of there, and then I'll just wind up redoing that. And like I say, I don't know what I'm going to do for scenery in here to try and cover this up. And as I said, these two tracks that I had here will just extend down to one or the two ideas. Either they'll stop at that box, or I will try to figure out how to take that box out, move it, and maybe make this a little higher or something. I don't know. Maybe even just change it to a different regular box, because right now it's got USB ports in it. And I may try and find a different box that's thinner, smaller, and has USB and turn it sideways. But that remains to be seen. So I guess trying to think of what else I can tell you. Not much. Do have a new model kit. I won't bore you with showing the whole thing to you, but I had to have this Baja Bronco, so I had Robin order it for me. And I think I showed you that I got the Bullet. But anyways, that's about it for today, guys. Oh, one little more addition, and I know everybody and their brother has one, but I thought I would add it. And the camera's trying to focus. My Bigfoot is walking along through the forest here. I just put it there to see if people will see it. Not much else going on. Here's my tripod. Oh, by the way, I did a review quite some time ago about this Kingjoy VT 1500 tripod. I'll tell you what, for being relatively inexpensive and having a fluid motion head, this has been one super buy. This is a very heavy-duty made tripod. It's probably the best camera investment I've ever really made, honestly. Works real well. And then I got this holder for my camera that I got now, my DJI camera. And anyway, that's about it. Otherwise, I'll just continue to ramble on. So I'll let you guys go today, and thanks for coming in. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed video 73, and we'll just talk to you next time. And what do I say? You know, thanks for watching.